So in here, as you're coming in, they have a little spa water set up. I mean, look at this. Infused citrus spa water. I mean, that's so cute. Look at this. How can you not fall in love with a place like this? Oh my gosh. So, this hotel was established in 1904. It reminds you actually on the room card, and you really feel a sense of history in this space. You really feel that sense of old world luxury. You feel transported to another time. And it's just, I mean, I can't get over all of these details in this space. I can't get over just how, I want to say, immaculate, detailed, special, unique, luxurious these spaces are. I mean, you just don't normally see things like this anymore. A lot of the time, when you go to a luxury hotel, you're seeing something so saccharine and sanitized. And here, you're really seeing something that just wouldn't be built anymore. And it feels that much more special to be in it. All right, so we are checking into the Bellevue Hotel here in Philadelphia. I decided to book this room as a little bit of a treat to myself. And I am so glad that I did. As soon as we came in here, we were just greeted by the most wonderful people at the front desk. The whole space feels luxurious. And as you enter this room, you just continue to feel this luxury. I mean, like, look at this. It's sort of like these marble tops to the counters here, little touches. Really, like, look at the stemware that they have here. They have like really nice sort of glassware, waters, coffees, Nespresso. Okay, Nespresso. And the space, so this is a junior suite. We wanted a little bit more space since I'm down here for a wedding. And I know some people might want to come and kind of hang out a little bit. So having this extra space, not only a seating area here with a table, the bed, but then surprise, there's an extra little couch here and a nook. It feels very cozy. I really kind of love this. I wasn't expecting quite this kind of layout with the space. I'm sure that I saw this online, but I wasn't sure exactly what it would look like in person. So kind of looking at all of this, I'm just, wow, really blown away. And then through here, if for some reason we had conjoining rooms, you would be able to conjoin with someone else's room. We are not, so we're going to keep this bad boy closed and locked. Check out all of these little touches here. So we've got like an analog little clock. This thing has a heft to it too, which is kind of wild. You can kind of hear it as I sit it back down gently. And little kind of charging ports. We got our USB Type-C, we have our USB, we have our just regular American outlets as well, and little lamps. And on the bed, there is an extra kind of bedspread here. This feels like wool to me, which I'm kind of surprised by, but also sort of love. On this side of the bed, they also have this like sort of speaker. I love that it's the Marshall speaker. We could buy it if we wanted to. We're not going to, but it is very cute. And then more of those sort of like little USB Type-C regular outlets as well over here. And our view. Let's talk about the view. So we are above the garage, so you can self-park here for about $45 a day, or you can valet for about $80 a day. And we weren't sure what kind of view we were going to have. We're up on the 15th floor, but looking at this, I mean, looking at the architecture, I mean, that's one of the really gorgeous things about Philly is how old these buildings are and the variety of architecture. You're going to see so much inspiration, not only from Europe, we're going to see some Gothic inspiration. We're going to see just different phases of architecture, different styles, all right on top of each other, which is just really cool. So to have this view, I am not mad at it. It's hard to be able to really show you how roomy this whole space is, but I hope that you can kind of tell a little bit from the angles that I'm taking just how much room for activities you have in this junior suite. And in the bathroom, we've got our hairdryer here. We have our shower. That's a big shower head. Look at that. Wow. We have Who's Elijah is the bath products in here, which I can't wait to smell those and see what they're like. We also have some little amenities here. So for all of my friends who cannot get their hair wet necessarily when they are taking showers like moi, I appreciate that we have a shower cap here. We have a vanity kit. We have an extra shower cap. Maybe someone else also needs a little shower cap action. And this is very interesting. I also appreciate that they have an actual makeup towel. Some hotels will give you a darker towel just so that way you aren't getting your makeup on their towels and kind of staining things, which I appreciate and I'm sure they appreciate too. And they also have some nice makeup remover wipes. Now, I do bring my own makeup remover when I travel, but I do appreciate when I have these wipes because sometimes I'm going to the gym or something like that and having these wipes really is handy. So we have this Who is Elijah nightcap, and I'm already seeing notes of fragrances that I like. Woody, earthy, leather. I mean, come on now. So we're gonna have to do a little smell and see what we think. Oh, wow. Yes, this definitely, you get the earthiness, you get the leather, you'd really get sort of that almost like maybe sandalwood in there. I really like this. Maybe a little bit of vanilla as well. There's something very romantic about it. Very, very, yeah, earthy, romantic, complex. Vanilla. It makes you think of the kind of place that you would go to that just is very luxurious. Yeah, it's a luxury fragrance. Now there are additional glasses over here. I showed you guys over in the main area where we have glasses, we have some wine glasses, and then these are over by the sink. So that way if you need a little water or you need to wash out your mouth, you have it. This is interesting. So a lot of the time when you are in, when you are in hotels, you're going to see these big mirrors to be able to do your makeup. This one actually has a light that you can turn on and off. So if we wanted to plug this in, it would illuminate and be able to be a really nice fit for you to be able to do your makeup. Now, Colin went and found the robes. So we love a bathrobe and we love a slipper. I will say I'm a little sad there are no slippers, but it's okay. We're going to be really brave about it. These bathrobes here are sort of like a terry cloth kind of fabric. So it feels like a little bit of like a softer bath towel, which I think is nice if you really are using it as a bathrobe in the sense of wanting that water absorption. And it feels like it'd probably be pretty warm to put on. So we might just have to test these out a little bit later and see kind of what we think and see if it's the kind of stuff that dreams are made of. It looks really cute though. And look at the embroidery on there. Isn't that precious? I love that. I love also when the bathrobes that are in the space are really personalized for the hotel, that there's an intentionality to this. It's hard probably for you to tell with this camera, but it's sort of this dark maroon color, which really suits and matches a lot of the color palette that we're seeing in this hotel. Very cute. And these pillows, I mean, they are just, look at this kind of like velvet texture to it. I love this. This is so cool. I really love the different mix of fabrics that are in this space where you see sort of that hard and soft. I always think it's a little bit of a risky move when you see like a fabric backing on beds, but this is really nice. It seems like they keep this in good repair and really kind of take care of the space. This bed is looking very comfy, very cozy. So I think we're gonna need to test it out. We're gonna need to see whether or not it's as comfy as I think it is. So only one way to do that. Yeah, this is nice. It's a little firm, but I feel like it's firm in the sense where it's like, I've got you, I'm here to support you. I just want you to have a really relaxing time. So it's like that right level of in between super firm and soft. So it's got a little bit of give to it. I would say these pillows too, these are definitely sort of like a down feather kind of pillow in here, cotton kind of action in there, a little bit thicker. But I will say I think that these pillows are going to be very comfortable, give you a little bit of neck support. Definitely nice for a good night's sleep. I would say another little note is I found the thread count on the bed to be a little lower than what I was expecting. And I only say this because it's a luxury hotel. I found the sheets a little scratchy. So it was, once again, this is me picking on things. And it's me picking on things because it's a luxury hotel. If I was staying at a non-luxury hotel, I don't think I would make a comment about the sheets. They're perfectly fine. But I did find it, especially on my face, a little dry. So either maybe if they have the option for someone to get like silk pillowcases or satin pillowcases, or just upping the thread count on the sheets, I think that also would really just go a long way. Now, I know not everything is inspired by Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson takes inspiration from a lot of things. But I've got to say, this little book, it says Long Live Philadelphia. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is going to be about the hotel or something like that, or book with photos of Philadelphia. So I open it up. And look at this. Isn't this precious? It's like a little pen and a notepad and basically like the things that they'll provide to you complimentary if you just ask for them. So, wow, very interesting here. And you know what, you guys? I said something about the slippers. I'm looking at this list. I see slippers on here, small or large, no medium. Interesting. But yeah, maybe I'm going to have to ask about some of these things. Curious. But look at this. Isn't this precious? I love this whole little set. That's like really cool. I was thinking about this font and some of the color choices that they made here, and it really is this, sort of Wes Anderson style, which obviously is very much inspired by sort of like the 60s and sort of the color palette that you see within like the 60s, 70s, and then fonts that you see more so in like the 50s. It's very much an anachronism, I would say, is a lot of Wes Anderson stuff is an anachronism, lives outside of time. Anyway, I just thought this was so cute. Even the card here for the athletic club is sort of this very kind of retro. If you're familiar with Tracksmith at all, this like font and style to this really remind me of that. It's just very cool. Even the room key. So this is the room key itself. You can't feel this, but it's plastic. But it has a little bit of a heft to it. And it just says the Bellevue and just sort of like this very kind of retro sort of look to it. Very clean look. So I'm going to keep talking about the look of all of the stuff. Sometimes you go to a place and everything, and here, nothing is like that. There's just so much personality, perspective, something interesting, something that just feels special. And when you're paying money to stay at a nice hotel, when you've decided that you want to kind of have the hotel as part of your experience, honestly, when you're going somewhere, these are the kind of things that you want to see. This is how you want to feel about that. Having this very kind of personal feeling, this very, just in awe of things. So I just really love this. This is such a cool hotel. So when we were greeted downstairs, the person who was checking us in, the concierge, gave us these. So these tickets apparently will get us a glass of something sparkling or a specialty coffee beverage or a zero-proof beverage. So I can't wait to take these upstairs and be able to trade them in for a very special drink. We enjoyed our complimentary glass of champagne, and the bartender actually also made us, you guessed it, a spaghetti. So this is the true preparation of a spaghetti, where you take out a little bit of the beer, you put in about a half a shot of Aperol, and just enough to give it sort of this, I don't know if you can kind of tell from this video, but this sort of like golden, almost like blood orange kind of color to it. And it's just hits perfectly. Also, guys, so we aren't dining up here. We came up here just for a drink, but I have to show you these views. So this is upstairs in the restaurant at the hotel called the Pergola. And just check this out. It's gorgeous. And you can see like all of the stonework up on the buildings from up here. It's just like, wow. And we could not have asked for a more beautiful day. I mean, I think that it's just like so gorgeous outside. And it's so neat that like you just come up here and this is the view that you have. So we got to enjoy our complimentary glass of champagne that they gave us, get an extra little beverage. If we wanted some food, we could get food here, but we're doing something else tonight, so we're not necessarily eating up here. But wow, I mean, it is gorgeous up here. You can see how much of this is original. The hotel was originally established in 1904, and you can just see all of these very original touches in the space, but still just so bright and has so much personality. Like I was saying, you know, this is a hotel with a lot of personality, and I love seeing it. I love seeing that personality at play. So, final thoughts staying at the Bellevue. Number one, you cannot deny the beauty of this space and all of the little touches that infuse personality and history into the experience of staying at this hotel. I really enjoyed our experience at the Bellevue from the moment that you check in, being provided those complimentary champagne tickets, and of course, you know, the gorgeous room that we have and the central location to a lot of different restaurants, a lot of things to do, and right by City Hall. So I would say on location, general environments, and the feeling of luxury and the level of service here, this to me, I would definitely go back here again.